So it's not that consumer is ready to pay you for that inflation. And to that extent, what we are expecting or what we are fearing is many of these businesses have still some way to go where their margins can shrink further. And to that extent, we are waiting. Again, not that these stocks after the underperformance have become, very, very cheap. The valuation still remains steep.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Patra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the latest cues from the D Street, starting from the benchmark index move to all the sectoral action and the stocks that are buzzing the most in trade today. We'll also get you expert views to find out where exactly are opportunities emerging for you as investors of equity as well. First up, a quick check as to how the markets are moving in trade today. Remember, yesterday, as expected, the US Fed moved on a hawkish pause. They paused the rate hikes after 15 months of raising the rates. But the hawkishness continued in the commentary as there was an indication that the situation will be on a wait-and-watch mode and there could be at least 1 to 2 more rate hikes in the offing going forward from here. 18,729, the Nifty is about 0.1% lower today. The Sensex also hovering near 63,000 mark, so the market sentiment has been slightly sluggish post that US Fed decision last night. 146 points of a decline for the Sensex index as well. Let's also now talk about the broader markets, the mid and the small cap space. This is in fact throwing some kind of bright spots in trade today. Both these indices are up by about 0.3% higher in trade. We're also seeing some of the other sectoral indices moving higher in trade, including autos. They are the ones that are moving the index. FMCG stocks continue to move higher too. We're also seeing, the pharma stocks in fact taking a lead today, 1.4% uptick for this one as well. The healthcare index also up in tow. The consumer durables are up in trade. Slight move on the upside for the oil and gas space stocks as well. But what continues to be a drag on the market sentiments is the Nifty Bank Index that continues to be down by 0.7% odd.
To talk about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's big state visit to the United States, we're joined in New Delhi by the US Ambassador to India, Eric Garcetti. Mr. Garcetti, welcome.
Thank you.
It's fantastic to see you in person. All of us in India have been waiting for you for so long, so it's really great to have you here.
Well, it feels like home. Thank you.
Thank you.
So much has changed, but the warmth of India has not.
Oh, fantastic. We've seen a massive build-up to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit. The National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan was here. Do you want to give our viewers at India Today a sense of what they should expect? What do you hope would be the big takeaways of the Prime Minister's state visit to the US?
Well, I think it's a historic visit, but it's also at an historic moment, an historic time, not just in the friendship between the United States and India, but even in the world, the global challenges we face, everything from climate change to war. How do we have what I call the 4 Ps? Peace, prosperity, our planet, and people. And I think this visit will focus on how India and the United States can be a force for good in each of these, creating more peace, building more prosperity, protecting our planet, and connecting our people.
The US Defense Secretary was here. The National Security Advisor has been here.
Yes.
Some of the key outcomes are being kept guarded, but can you give us a sense of what people should expect in terms of the key announcements that are likely to be made during the Prime Minister's visit?
Well, I think no surprises to all of your viewers and to folks who have been watching this relationship. We've been deepening our military cooperation, whether that's defense production, our technologies, our training. All of that is a really important piece of deterring bad actors, but also strengthening our own defense in the Indo-Pacific region. Second, you're going to see, as we just saw with the National Security Advisor's visit, technology. How can India, which is brilliant on technology, and America, which has cutting-edge universities in technology, use technology as a force for good? So I think you'll see things around how do we ensure that our cell phones are used to protect us and connect us, not to oppress us? What can we do to have critical minerals move forward so the supply chain is diversified? And what can we do to lessen some of the trade wars that even at a small level we've seen burn for decades between the US and India? And then I think when it comes to the people-to-people, we're going to see I think some agreements to move forward on climate at work. We're going to see agreements on education, and hopefully some good things that will connect our people with fewer wait times for folks who are looking to travel to the United States, whether it's as students or whether it's as immigrants.
That's a big issue here. People
Absolutely.
waiting for visas.
And a priority of mine.
Oh, great, fantastic. Hopefully you can resolve some of those niggles. Prime Minister Modi has been to the United States earlier. This is his first state visit, though.
Yes.
Do you want to give us a sense of how important this is in the US scheme of things, this relationship with India and this particular moment?
I think this is the most critical relationship growing in the world today. And I think that this visit reflects that. I know the Prime Minister came as a young man, talks about how he looked at the White House, and now to come back as leader of the most populous country in the world, the largest democracy in the world. I hope that this will really be a chance for people to see these are two countries that don't just do big things, we have values underneath them, the foundations of the things that we stand for, pluralistic societies, making sure that, like this interview, we have a press that informs us, looking at the ways we can empower women, take the poor and move them into the middle class, how technology can help us have opportunity. That will really be highlighted, I think, in a beautiful way, not just to improve India and the United States, but imagine what India and the United States can do together